Top 20 Mysterious Photos That Can't Be Explained. Hello, Detective. This is Crystal Entertainment, your partner for this case. We're given the task from the higher-ups to unravel the mysteriousness of these 20 photos that even previous agents failed to decipher. Ready your magnifying glass and wit as we go through this case. May luck favor us, Detective. Let's see if we can figure out something out of these inexplicable photos, shall we? Oh, right, before I forget, Detective, if it seems to be the first time we meet, welcome to the family. If you want to be kept notified for the newly released videos, please give this a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Anyway, without further ado, let's go crack this case. 20th, ended. This photo was actually considered as one of Australia's most profound mysteries. Apparently, this man, who was known as the Somerton Man, was found dead on a beach in 1948. No, Detective, his cause of death wasn't him drowning. According to his autopsy, he was suspected to have a heart attack and suspected poisoning. 63 years later, the identity of the man remains unknown. The only thing he had on him was a note in his pocket with the phrase "Tamam Shud" written on it, which is Persian for ended. 19th, extra hand. No, I don't think this is just an ordinary photo of 4 boys having fun. Don't you think so too, Detective? I mean, let's use our magnifying glass to see carefully what really made this photo mysterious. Oh, what do we have here? An additional hand that's coming out from the boy on the far right of the group. Do you think it might just be a 5th friend pulling a prank? Or could it be a ghostly figure joining the fun? Comment your answer below. Number 18, strange light on Mars. Admittedly, our exploration of the other planets might just be a tiny portion compared to what their unknowns. This picture below here is another example. Who could explain what the light in the distance of Mars's rocky surface could be? Number 17, till death do us part, or not. This picture might look wholesome, just a plain old picture of a husband and wife, until you realize that the husband already passed away, and this was supposed to be a solo picture of the woman. Did you know, Detective, it was only when they developed the photo that they realized that someone else was actually lurking behind her the entire time. The person who took the picture denied that someone was with them. However, they recognized the man in the shot. Apparently, he looked exactly like the woman's husband, who had lost his life 13 years before the photo was taken. Number 16, UFO? A photo of a strange flying object was taken during a flight, and it's believed to be a UFO. But is it really? Or do you think it's edited? What do you think, Detective? Number 15, there's something in the water. This is why the ocean scares me the most, Detective. Did you know we have figured out and discovered more in space compared to our oceans? We're pretty much clueless of the existence of other species that are lurking under the water. An example of this is this creature caught on camera. Robert Sarek, this brave soul, captured this moment before he fled. The eel tadpole-like creature measured at a staggering 80 foot long and appears to be casually swimming through the water. But eels aren't this large. What in the world is this? Number 14, visiting child. I'd freak out if my hobby of capturing sweet moments of my family turned to something spooky. It was supposed to be a picture of a father kissing his child. But we have a third party. The family in this house said that the child at the table isn't theirs and that it wasn't a doll. Number 13, creature of the night. Hey Detective, why do some people take risks and take photos in the dark? Is it the thrill of maybe capturing something scary? But what if they did get a snap picture of it? Such as this photo. This picture seemed harmless until you realize that the picture caught something other than the 3 friends hanging out in the dark. Who is that 4th person lurking behind the group? Its shape looks a lot taller than the people at the front, and as if it's not creepy enough, it seems to be looking over their direction. Eeh. Number 12, crack the code. This is another difficult photo to rationalize. An 11,000-year-old idol was discovered in Russia. There's a mysterious code on the idol which no one has been able to crack after years of attempts. Why do we need to figure out the code? We can just hammer it down and break it. I'm kidding. Let's not do that, lest we open another crazy that would lead to human despair. Number 11, the mystery of Madonna and the UFO. To be fixated on the idea that humans, animals, and plants are the only ones here on this very, very wide universe is presumptuous and arrogant, right, detective? The painting Madonna and Child with the infant St. John, which can be found in the Hercules room of the Palazzo Vecchio, is affectionately known as Madonna del UFO, or Our Lady of the Flying Saucer. Just smells conspiracy. We might need to call Dan Brown to unravel this, detective. Number 10, Stalker. A couple took a photo of themselves while visiting Colorado. When they zoomed in, they could see an ominous figure in the field behind them, even though they're sure that they were alone all the time. Number 9, hanging around. You don't see me, but I'm actually shivering in fear right now. I mean, who wouldn't? The family in the photo aren't reacting to the man hanging from the ceiling. Instead, they're grinning widely. It's actually because they had no idea that anyone was there. It appears as though he is falling head first from above, but where did he come from? Some people think it was merely a prank or an issue with the roll of film. However, others say that it could be a photo of the previous homeowner making themselves known once more. Number 8, White Lady. Peter Berthelot was just being romantic and took a picture of his wife praying in the church. It wasn't until after the film was developed that he realized the picture that he took of his wife had a ghost sitting on a bench behind her. However, the priest had some news. They said that it was actually the ghost of a healer who is known to hang around the church and help those in need. Number 7, Death of Elisa Lam. Take a look at this, detective. Elisa Lam, a 21-year-old college student, died in a water tank at the notorious Cecil Hotel. It made quite a noise in Los Angeles back in the year 2013. To this day, nobody knows how she died or how her body got there. Elisa has been seen shortly before going missing on the security cameras speaking to an unknown presence. No one has ever been able to figure out who she was talking to. Number 6, Time Traveler. Oh, it's time to use our magnifying glass again. Do you see anything or someone who looks so out of place? Let's zoom it a bit, shall we? Oh, wow. So we have a man here carrying a camera, wearing a printed t-shirt and sunglasses. Looks normal, right? Wrong. He's far from being ordinary. T-shirt, sunglasses, and a camera might sound normal in today's society, but this picture was captured in Canada to commemorate the Gold Bridge opening in 1940. 1940! None of these man's clothing had been invented at the time. Perhaps this is an accidental picture of a time traveler. Number 5, Time Freeze. Archaeologists in China were so excited to see what lay inside a sealed tomb. This particular tomb had been shut for at least 400 years, so there was no telling what lay inside. But then they saw a piece that made them question history. This is a wristwatch, or at least it appears to resemble one, but that's not all. Some reports claim that it has the word Swiss engraved on the back and that the hands of the watch are stuck at 10:06. Of course, there's no way they would have had wristwatches all those hundreds of years ago, or did they? Number 4, Modern Day Dinosaur. Oh, this photo? Nah, it's nothing more than a picture of Civil War soldiers posing with a pterodactyl. A dinosaur that was supposed to have gone extinct millions of years ago. Number 3, Nobody Sleep in the Woods Tonight. I honestly don't know which is scarier, the horror movie with the same title of this photo or the photo itself. Although some of us just want to relax and feel the tranquility of the forest, you might want to back out of this particular place. A group photo in the woods? Sounds nice, until some creature wants to join the fun. Number 2, Beam Light. I sympathize with the people who were able to witness such a strange phenomenon. This beam of light from heaven probably gave them quite a scare. At first glance, this photo either looks like a strange weather event, a UFO beaming somebody up, or the start of the end of the world. What do you think it is? Number 1, Jujutsu Kaisen, Real Life Spirit Curse. Fellow weebs, are you seeing what I'm seeing? This actually looked like Sukuna's finger. Jokes aside, this is a mummified finger measuring in at a whopping 15 inches long. It was allegedly uncovered by a gravedigger back in 1985. If the finger did belong to a person, they would have been at least 12 feet tall. Congrats, Detective, you made it to the end of the episode. In all honesty, these photos have a really interesting story behind it. Among the 20 pictures, which tickled your interest the most? Why? Type down your answer in the comment box. The boss who gave us this case will definitely review it. If you enjoyed this video, share it to friends and family for good entertainment. Don't forget to give us a like and do subscribe.